Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock, May 7th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Ferdman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We have 2 full hours to get through, so let's run down what we have brewing for you this Wednesday.
All right, buckle up. We're counting down the days to the start of the 127th Lilac Festival. We will be sitting down with one of the festival producers to get a sneak peek into the music, the vendors, the food, and the lilacs, too.
Absolutely. And speaking of food, we're going to be looking ahead to the annual Finger Lakes Tour to Cure fundraiser by talking healthy snacks for fueling performance. A nutritionist from Wegmans will join us with some recommendations and hopefully some snacks.
Hopefully. And then later, we're stepping into a world of mystery, music, and magic. We'll be taking a look at the upcoming production of Anastasia from Terry Fike's Main Street Players.
Oh, look at you with the accent in that Anastasia.
Well, would you rather me say it with my thick Buffalo accent? Anastasia?
Yeah. Before all of that, we do want to get a check of some of our top local headlines. Christian Garzone has our Wednesday morning news break.
Good morning. We begin with the 7 suspects charged in the death of Sam Nordquist scheduled to return to court this morning. In March, the group pleaded not guilty to charges including first and second degree murder, kidnapping, and more. Prosecutors say Nordquist, a transgender man from Minnesota, came to Hopewell after starting a relationship with one of the defendants, Precious Arzuaga. He was beaten over several weeks at Patty's Lodge in Hopewell, and his body was found in a field in Yates County in February. A 37-year-old man is recovering after a shooting on the city's northwest side. Rochester police were called to RGH around 5:20 last evening after a man was dropped off with a gunshot wound. Investigators say the shooting happened near Palm Street and Dewey Avenue. There are no suspects in custody, and anyone with information is asked to call 911. Rochester police are also investigating a stabbing that happened just a few hours later in the same area. Officers say it happened just before 10:30 last night near Ridgeway Avenue in Dewey. A 35-year-old man was involved in a verbal fight when he was stabbed. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The investigation is ongoing, and there are no suspects in custody. In a shift from yesterday's news, Rite Aid now says there's some hope of some of its stores in New York staying open. The company tells 13 WHAM it's in active talks with several potential buyers. Rite Aid says any store that isn't sold will no longer be owned or operated by them, meaning locations will either shut down or continue under new ownership. For now, customers can still access pharmacy services and products in stores and online as the process moves forward. The appeals process is now underway as the city moves to challenge the recent court ruling limiting the power of the Police Accountability Board. A judge sided with the Rochester Police Locust Club last week, blocking the PAB from disciplining officers, holding hearings, or releasing investigative reports with disciplinary recommendations. The city filed its notice to move the case forward just one day after the decision was announced. And today is the day. The Real ID requirement is now in effect for domestic air travel across the U.S. Passengers 18 and older will need a Real ID compliant license or another acceptable ID, like a passport, to board a flight. The good news is TSA says if you show up without a Real ID, you may still be allowed to fly, but can expect additional screening, longer wait times, and possible delays. The Real ID Act was passed 20 years ago, but the deadline has been pushed back several times. For all these top stories and any new developments, be sure to visit our website, 13wham.com. Right back to you.
All right, Christian, thank you. We'll switch gears now and take a look at our Wednesday forecast. We're still seeing some clouds and showers out there this morning.
We certainly are. Meteorologist Marty Snyder joining us now with a look at what we can expect of these rain showers. Marty, my main question is how much longer do we have to go before we see some sunshine?
Well, some areas out towards Buffalo already are opening up, so it's just that slow transition to the east. And I think by the end of the morning, some areas immediately west of Rochester are going to be into some of that sun, and just going to take a little longer for areas to the east. As those are the places where that rain is still trying to hold on. You can see how at least the rain is mainly focusing up along the lakeshore, east into Wayne County. Still one segment just to our north that has to swing through, but you can see how at least the intensity of the rain is showing signs of backing off at least a little bit. So that's that first sign that we're beginning to change things around, and we will see at least a few breaks breaks. And let's see if we can bring up the satellite picture. You can see some of those breaks off to the west that you were asking about there, Dan. You can see out toward Buffalo, a lot of Niagara County starting to clear out. We just have to be patient for that clearing line to make its way to the east. It'll take its time, but we will see some of those breaks gradually move into the Rochester area. Even by noon, I think more areas getting into a few of those breaks. About 60 then, probably in the mid-60s for highs today. A little cooler for the next couple afternoons. Still have to watch that risk of a shower, but a lower risk of rain than what we'll see for the short term where it is raining, of course. But 50s for highs then, and then back to near 70 as we head into the weekend. Could even make a run at 80 for the first part of next week. So bottom line, looking a lot better, especially by Mother's Day, 70 with some sun. So at least some positive news for the much longer term compared to what we have been seeing.
Love that.
Yeah.
70, 80.
It's a nice change.
Ooh, how do we celebrate?
I'll tell you what.
Do we open the pool?
Ooh, too early.
Do we have a pool?
We can put one out back outside the weather office,
Oh,
A
right?
kitty one.
Listen,
We have one at home for the dog. I can bring that in.
can you? Would you?
It's I don't know if it's been probably broken by the ice and things over the winter, but we can give it a try.
Yeah, let's. I've got some of that Gorilla tape we can use.
There you go. That would probably work. I think we'd fill in any of the holes that have cracked open in it.
Sounds like a plan. That's what we're doing Friday.
Let's do it.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
All right, let's go off the top and start with stories that have piqued our interest this morning. I will start off today. Another FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jet has been lost from the USS Harry S. Truman. It is the second jet in just over a week to go down from the same aircraft carrier into the Red Sea. This one apparently crashed after something went wrong during landing. From what officials are saying so far, it sounds like there was some kind of issue with the arresting gear. That is the system that catches the jet when it lands. Both the pilot and weapons officer had to be ejected, and they were picked up by a rescue helicopter. Thankfully, they're okay. They're just a little bit banged up. This is all still under investigation, so the exact cause isn't confirmed. However, two sources telling CNN the jet sank into the sea and has not been recovered. That's more than $60 million. Poof, gone, just like that. It also comes a week after another FA-18 fell overboard from the Truman. In that case, early reports said the carrier made a sharp turn to dodge incoming Houthi fire, and the jet went overboard in the chaos. So, 2 jets, 1 carrier, 1 week. This isn't the first time the Truman or these jets have made headlines either. You may remember back in December, another FA-18 was accidentally shot by another U.S. ship, the USS Gettysburg, during operations there. Both aviators were ejected and survived. That one, too. In February, the Truman collided with a merchant ship near Egypt. That incident actually led to the firing of the Truman's commander, Captain Dave Snowden. He was replaced by Captain Christopher Hill shortly thereafter. So, between multiple lost jets, an accidental friendly fire incident, and a crash with a merchant ship, the Truman's deployment in the Red Sea has been rough, to say the least.
Yeah. Lot of questions to be answered.
Yeah.
As to how this happens. I know there's you know, they say, okay, X, Y, and Z. This is why it's now at the bottom of the Red Sea. But again, I mean, if I'm in charge, I'm still saying, you know?
Yes. In my mind, and I'm no expert, so let's just put that out there, no expert. It seems like there would be more than one step to making sure that the aircraft doesn't go off of the ship.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is.
Sure
but
there is.
you know, to say, oh, this went wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it just, I'm wondering.
Where are the redundancies? Where are the, you know,
What
the
went
backups?
wrong? Yeah. And yeah.
It's certainly curious, and I hope we find out more. I hope we know what happened, because I mean the last thing we need is another one. You know.
Right. Yeah.
To just didn't put the parking brake on. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, we don't do that for a living.
Sure.
So we have no idea. But
I think it'll be hard to get people to be very forthcoming about it either, you know.
Sure.
But I think an explanation is definitely owed to the American people.
100%.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. We're going to move on to my story now, and I want to talk about the Supreme Court decision that's already sparking a lot of emotion. So, Just yesterday, the court ruled that the Trump administration can move forward with its ban on transgender military service members, at least for now. This decision means the military can now begin discharging transgender troops and stop enlisting new ones. The Pentagon says about 4,200 active service members have a diagnosis of gender dysphoria, a way of tracking the number of trans troops. But advocacy, can you say it for me?
Advocacy.
Thank you very much. I don't know why I couldn't get it out. Those groups put that number much higher, saying around 15,000 are transgender. Now, either way, if someone is willing to put on a uniform and defend our country, why would we ever deny them that chance? One of the arguments, though, the government makes is the cost of gender-affirming care. So since 2015, the past 10 years, it's cost the military about $52 million. But that is just a fraction of the Defense Department's $17 billion health budget. And remember what Abby just said? We just lost $140 million in the Red Sea when 2 fighter jets rolled off an aircraft carrier. That's nearly 3 decades of gender-affirming care. Here's what I think we should be sitting with. This isn't just a legal or a policy issue. This is about real people. People who have trained, many who've served, and risked their lives. Whether you agree with it or not, maybe we can all take a moment to remember the human side of this. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about people who raised their hand, who swore an oath, and who just want to serve their country. And if we push them aside, are you willing to stand up? I think it's a question everyone who questions this should be asking. Anyone who has an opinion on this should be asking of themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I know it's not a job I could do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Not a job I could do ever. So thank God for the men and women who do.
Absolutely.
Because I am unfit for that. Heck, I'm barely fit for this. I think we can all agree on that. But that is one job that I would not do well in. So I struggle to understand why anyone would say, because you look a certain way, because you need this care, because you have a different sexual preference than others, that we would say, no, you can't put that uniform on and serve our country. Just doesn't make, I can't make sense of it.
Yeah.
In my head.
And I think that a lot of people on social media are feeling the same way. Of course, people are split.
Sure.
But, like you said, when you first started, it's gotten a lot of attention.
Yeah.
For sure, in just the past couple hours.
And listen, we have a right to be split. Absolutely. Everyone has a right to their opinion. What I think needs to happen, though, is a conversation has to be had. I don't think by just putting the kibosh on something and saying it's this way and no other way, that's not a good way to find a solution or a resolution to anything by just one person's call. I think this is something that, like many things in life, with conversation, you come to the best decision. You come to the best conclusion. It's what we do in the newsroom every day when we're deciding stories. We have conversations, we have rebuttals, we have sometimes finger wagging and raised voices, but what it leads to is the best possible outcome for people.
Absolutely. For the people.
For the people. Hey, stick around. When we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez, who's getting ready for Mother's Day, and he's doing it a couple of days early.
Don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back after this.
This Sunday, Mother's Day is here, and there's still plenty of time if you're concerned. I know you're concerned. Did you get the gift mailed out yesterday?
No, I didn't, but I talked with my mom. Hold on. There was an issue with it, which is why I was late getting it in the mail. And I spoke with my mom, and I'm going to see her in Nashville in a couple weeks. She said just bring it then. But she does have something else on the way, so she will have something to look forward to on Mother's Day.
I think the gift you were going to give her is just incomplete. That's why we sent Chris Lopez live out there for us at Wisteria Flowers and Gifts on Culver Road. He is finding something
Don't wag your finger
to
at me.
put in that gift box so Abigail can overnight it.
Have I ever done anything halfway? Ever? The answer is no. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Abby, so if you are looking to complete your gift, as Dan says, you can add something like a succulent or some type of greenery, which is what we're going to be going over in this segment here. I'm here with Jennifer Ralph. She's the owner here at Wisteria Flowers and Gifts. Now, we've been talking about flowers, flower arrangements for the table, just flowers just to give, the mom in your life, essentially. Sure. But we've neglected the greenery, essentially, especially the succulents, which are, I love succulents, easy to take care of. Right. They're beautiful. They can sprout some flowers, essentially, as well. When did you told me, though, that greens and plants and stuff really took off around COVID, you said?
Yeah, it came back full force during COVID.
Do you know why?
Right. I don't really know why, other than the fact that people were home a lot more and they wanted to take care of things. So plants came back full force. So, yeah.
And succulents here, you can get them relatively, I've seen them a little bit around here, but in this corner, it's really dedicated.
Sure.
You guys have dedicated. What can you do with these? So you were telling me about gardens. You can buy individually.
Absolutely. You can buy individual succulents, and then you can actually come in and work with us to create your own succulent garden. So what we would do is just take a container and put a bunch of them together and put some different types of sands
It could
and
be
soils.
any container, something like this.
It could be something simple like this. It could be, something like
hefty
this.
like that.
Yep. And they can go outside. They could stay inside. There's lots of stuff you can do with succulents.
And like I said, easy to take care of.
Yeah.
Really, you're just kind of looking for moist soil, and then that's about it.
Just and let them dry out.
And then when it comes to the plants, annuals, that's a big thing.
So we sell perennials, which you could get from Mother's Day. Like these lupins are absolutely incredible. You can plant this in the garden. You could give it as a gift and then plant it outside, and it will come back year after year. So that's a great choice. We also have orchids. We have mini orchids and cyclamens and
Indoor. I'm seeing indoor plants too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, lots of indoor plants. People love indoor plants, and we have beautiful decorative containers that you could plant them in as well.
And when it comes to a succulent garden, that got me very interested. How do you pick out the succulents here, then take them to you guys, then you guys arrange them, or how does that work?
Well, we work with you to create whatever it is that you'd like. If you want some height, if you want it all low, if you want it indoor, outdoor, however you want to construct it, we could do that for you.
And then when it comes to some of the different, I'm seeing this over here. This is also a succulent as well.
That's a calantio, and it's just a really beautiful blooming plant. It's part of the succulent family.
Succulents with a lot of pop in them. I love the pink flowers.
Yes. And so actually, when the flower dies off, you just pinch it back, and then over time it will rebloom. So it becomes a green plant after the blossoms die.
And then other services that you offer here for those that are tuning in, maybe they didn't see the 6:30 or the 7 o'clock hit. They're not really into the succulents or the greenery.
Right.
What else can we get here for Mother's Day?
So we do floral subscriptions.
Okay.
We do plant subscriptions. What else do we do? We have lots of flowers, and we have beautiful silk arrangements, and we sell gift cards that you could use toward a silk arrangement or a fresh arrangement or a wreath for your front door. Lots of gifts.
You guys are also doing something with Golisano that we forgot to mention earlier. What are you doing? It's pretty cool.
Okay, so, well, actually, it's through the Golisano Institute. So we have what's called the Wisteria Flower Fund.
Okay.
And during the week of Mother's Day week, we take a portion of our sales and we give it to a local charity. And this year, we decided to partner up with YAY, which is Young Entrepreneurs Academy, and it's run through the Golisano Institute, and it's a wonderful program for school-age kids from 6th grade to 12th grade, where they go to YAY at the Golisano Institute, and they learn how to become an entrepreneur from the start of their idea to the finish product, which is their idea in completion.
And this is the Super Bowl week for you guys. So you guys are bringing in a lot of cash. And to give some of that away to them is great on you guys. If someone wants to come in here and purchase what we were showing today, what hours are you guys?
We're 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturdays.
There we go. Thank you so much. We got Uno Mas. One more hit coming up for you guys at about 8:40. Abby, I will help you complete that incomplete gift.
Done. No,
if that is true,
done.
I
No,
have no
it's
idea.
incomplete, Chris. It's totally
you in
incomplete.
studio.
She needs flowers. She needs chocolate. She needs
the chocolate
some
is done.
embroidered hand towels. She needs a gift card.
You know,
we're looking for a tote bag. We need several items still.
That is not true. Oh, okay. 8:23. When we come back, meteorologist Mark McLean will be here with today's weather trivia.
Ark Rochester is back on the other side of the break.
With a look at today's gloom and our weather trivia too. Doom and Gloom McLean.
Okay, but you know, it could always be worse.
Yeah,
right?
it
Yeah.
could. You're right.
I
It
mean,
absolutely could.
I mean, the roads are wet. The roads aren't white today.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So I remember this one. May 7th, 1989. Famous weather day in Rochester. Weather trivia.
Yep.
Anniversary of Rochester's greatest May snowfall. Do you remember how much snow? I know you don't, because you weren't here. And
We do know.
Okay, for
We do
obvious
know.
for obvious reasons. Did you watch?
Huh?
You already watched this number? Or you already watched the video?
No, we talked about this,
No.
remember, yesterday during the meeting?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I gave the answer away subtly.
No,
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 no.
you're good.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Okay. 5.4 inches of snow. Was it a foot of snow? Was it 8.5 inches of snow? Or was it 10.7 inches of snow on this date in Rochester in 1989? This one's getting a pretty good response on the socials this morning.
Is it?
I think
Okay.
it's stirring up some raw emotions.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going back, nearly 4 decades.
You know the weird part? All the trees were all leafed out. Like it wasn't like the ice storm, but you'd occasionally just hear, large arterial limbs on trees just cracking and breaking and like falling because of the weight of the snow on the trees that were open.
Seeing the collapsed Lilac Festival tent.
Yes. So you watched the video?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have video at 9. We do have video.
Devastating.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sad.
It is.
Yeah, but
Do you remember that?
oh, I remember it vividly. By the afternoon, it's so weird because this time of the year the sun is so high in the sky, and the days warm up so fast that all the snow melted by the afternoon. Mm-hmm. So even though it was a substantial amount of snow, it was gone.
Gone.
Yep, just like that.
So what ended up happening with the festival? Did they say?
That I can't remember.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened to it back. It was
You were what,
I
like
was 12.
15?
No,
20?
I was 11. 11. Yeah, I'm not that old. Not that old.
Not that old.
All right. Let's get a look at weather. All right. So what was falling from the sky, obviously, today was in the form of rain. Now, if you're east of Rochester, your sump pump is really running out in Wayne County, right? 3.3 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. So this is a 24-hour Doppler radar estimate. Geneva had an inundating rain, and if you go out there, the creeks and streams are going to be running pretty high. Haven't heard of any substantial flooding, which I guess is the good news here. But if you get down to High Falls, this is one of those days you walk across the bridge there and you watch the High Falls, and the flow rate on the Genesee River gets up pretty high. Now, this is just since midnight on the New York State Mesonet. Again, those gauges off to the west of Rochester. Look at Medina. It's just 1/100th of an inch of rain. And this is why weather is so local. Look at Ontario and Wolcott.
What is that? The little purple blotch next to Clifton Springs.
So it's an estimate. So the contour will estimate how much rain fell. So if it doesn't have specific data, so that spot right there on the border of Monroe County and Ontario County would have been a slightly higher rainfall right there. So I think purple is an inch or near an inch.
Okay.
So that color contour starts to change. But local storm reports, down to the south, we did have down towards Steuben County, just a little bit outside of our viewing area. Perkinsville, some roads washed out down that way, and central New York had some reports too. But what's left of the rain now is kind of just fading away. We still have some notable rain up towards Webster, east towards Geneva, it's fading, eastern Wayne County, it's fading. And this big spin, it's finally moving. You remember yesterday it was in Ohio?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, that's not fast. I mean, you could drive from Syracuse to Cleveland in like 4 or 5 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like 24-hour movement, but there's the low. It's finally starting to move off to the northeast and get out of the picture. So I guess my doom and gloom forecast here is showing some signs of improvement. There's the front moving through for Thursday. That's going to cool it off. Small chance of a sprinkle with that. And Friday's forecast a little tricky too. There's a system that's going to be moving up the East Coast. How close does it get to Rochester? Do we get a little bit of a soaker for Friday morning? We'll keep you posted on that. It does look like there's a little bit of a change in the forecast by that time. But mid-50s to near 60 by lunchtime. We'll be in the mid-60s, mainly dry through the afternoon. And the 7-day forecast has temps back in the 50s next couple of days. But for the start of the Lilac Festival, Friday night, I think that rain is out of the picture. Clearing for the weekend, that's still looking pretty good. Mother's Day on Sunday, also looking pretty good, 70, and back to near 80 next week. It's tough, and for a lot of folks that have been holding off on the lawn, this is that tough time of the year where you're trying to pick days to get out there and mow. I squeezed it in yesterday. I had to, otherwise it would have been a real problem by this weekend.
Highland Park on Sunday is going to be packed.
Yeah,
you got a gorgeous forecast. You've got the Lilac Festival and Mother's Day all in one.
I think it's a great setup for them. It's a great setup for the festival. We get the weather that we need for the festival on time. I'm going to post a couple of lilac pictures from our backyard here in a couple of minutes and put them on the air at 9 o'clock too, so you get to see these lilacs are right on time this year. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a really good show.
To that.
Yep.
All right, Mark. Good stuff. And only 43 days to go until summer.
My goodness, people. A little more than a
take it.
month. We're
We'll
nearly
be there. We'll be in the air conditioning season. It's
Yes,
too
we
hot.
will.
It's too hot.
No,
Oh, stop it.
never.
Hey, don't go anywhere. When we come back, a lot more to come on ARC Rochester.
Yeah, we're back on the other side of the break.
This Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. Okay, we want to look ahead to this weekend because all of Rochester is gearing up for the return of the beloved Lilac Festival.
Yeah, we're super stoked. You should be too. Today we wanted to get a closer look at just some of the plans they have in store for the 127th year out at Highland Park. For more, we're joined now by festival producer Jenny Lamaglio. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Morning, thanks for having me.
All right, I want to get into the festival in just a second, but first I want to know just how busy you have been leading up to this, let's say, starting this week.
8 hours of sleep a night, really relaxed all day. No,
Oh, I'm sure.
Opposite, exact opposite. It's been crazy. We have a lot of new things this year. It's just been amazing. I have an amazing team, and we're so excited for this week to start.
And you're out there every day pruning those individual trees,
Each
aren't
one
you?
by myself. I rub them, massage, and I said, "Oh, you doing okay?
Pep talk.
Yeah.
Pillow. Who needs a pillow?"
Absolutely. During the break, we were talking about last year's shirt, which, love it. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. The colors, phenomenal. And I was asking for a hint for this year, and you said that we got to wait till Friday for the poster reveal.
That's correct. We will do the opening reveal in the morning when we open the festival. Every day, 10:30 to 8:30 are our hours, so Friday's the day. And we have a local artist that we are working with that's been with us before, so we're super excited to reveal and to show everyone.
Well, we're super excited
Okay.
to see it too. Tell us about some of the things people can expect this year, aside from the usual. What are some of the new and exciting things?
So we have lots of new things this year. Of course, I say never, not going to do anything new this year, but we keep it real. So we have a new farmers market that we're going to show everyone, which is Monday and Wednesday of the event. That'll be located near the wooden playground. It runs 10 to 3 both of those days. We have something super special this year that I'm very proud of called the Zero Proof Social Club, which is a non-alcoholic bar. It has fantastic beverage options in there, sponsored by Geese and Wines and Best Day Brewing, and just great options for people to go. And it's right in with all the other drinks, so no one has to feel like they have to go to the other end of the park to get something non-alcoholic other than a soft drink. And we have these really great guided walking tours this year, and we get a lot of comments about how beautiful the flowers are. We want to maintain the integrity of the event. So we have a 10 and a 5 o'clock walking guided tour, and one is flora and fauna, and the other is more historical. And if you miss the tour, you can take it on your own with a QR code, and you can take a self-guided tour, and that's available in Spanish as well.
Really?
How neat is that?
That is such a whose idea was that? That is brilliant.
I have amazing team members who are very creative. Well, I think all on spreadsheets now, they are very much in the creative mind, and then we just make it happen.
Okay, so just as an aside, I'm wondering, say someone, I don't know, they can't make it this year for whatever reason, but, after the festival is over, is that guided walking tour, is that audio still going to exist somewhere so they can take the tour whenever they want?
I believe so. We have some markers in the ground in certain spots and areas of the festival until it gets, probably pretty nasty out, but it'll be available post-event.
Nice.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Okay, so can we talk food for a second? Because that's a huge part of the lilac. I mean, listen, we know it's about the flowers. We get that. They're gorgeous. They smell wonderful. The abundance of colors. But we have to talk about the food because the food trucks are a personal favorite.
Oh, yes. There's so much food. We have something for everybody. So you can always come and get your favorite, which is, your fried dough and your sausage and peppers and all of those things. But really take time to make sure everybody's covered. So we have vegetarian options, gluten-free options, vegan options. We have a boozy ice cream, I think, this year, I heard.
Oh,
I know,
on.
look out. So we have so much to enjoy and to eat. Everybody can, find something that's suitable for them. And the most important part is that because it's a free event, you can still come for lunch and feel that everything is affordable, and you're supporting your local food vendors, and I truly love that. They're all small business owners, and their food is made from scratch right there in the truck.
Yeah, that is one of the
Boozy ice cream, Abigail.
caught my attention.
Yeah,
Well,
can you tell us any more about that?
I don't know all the details, but I do know that if you come on Mother's Day, we're going to have some offerings up on our VIP sky deck.
Nice. We like that.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're running low on time here, but I just want to quickly touch on vendors. We always have so many amazing ones.
Yeah, so we have two types of vendors. If you're visiting us on the weekend and you want to walk up through the flowers and onto Reservoir Avenue, we have several hundred artisans who are participating in our art and craft show, leading over into our small business circle, which is another area right up there in Reservoir. So we have many vendors to pick from up there doing more arts and crafts. And if you're down below with us, where the stage and the music and the food are, we have lots of commercial exhibitors, again, local small business owners selling service or selling product, and we love to support them, and it's always a big variety.
It's great that you guys support them, and it's great that the community gets an opportunity to support them all together. It's one and done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a really great event. Best of luck.
Thank you
so much. One more time, for somebody who wants to be there when the gates open on Friday, what do they need to know?
They need to always go to our website, which is rocklilacfest.com, roclilacfest.com, 10:30 to 8:30 every day.
Very
Perfect.
good. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank
and, plenty of Lilac Festival coverage as we continue through the rest of the week.
Absolutely. 8:39 this morning. When we come back, we're once again checking in with Chris Lopez, who's getting ideas of how to celebrate Mom this weekend.
Don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back after this. Mother's Day is this weekend, and there is no shortage of local places here in our area that can supply you with the perfect gift.
Absolutely. If you're still on the hunt, like Abby, for a Mother's Day present, Wisteria Flowers and Gifts has what you're looking for. Chris Lopez is there live this morning with a preview of some of the best gets this year. Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, so we've been talking about different flower arrangements just for something in a vase that you can present to mom, or we've also been talking about things you can, get a little bit of feng shui when you're having that Sunday Mother's Day dinner. We were talking about greens earlier, succulents, but we've kind of neglected some brand new technology, essentially. No, this is not brand new technology at all, but we are talking about this gadget, little gizmo right here, which I thought was acupuncture. And I was like, Jennifer, what is this? And
it's a frog.
Yeah.
It's very old-fashioned, and I mean, a lot of, like, your grandmother would probably know what this is.
This is not new.
Not
at
new,
all.
Not new, but very well known in the as far as like Japanese flower arranging, or just any kind of flower arranging. Really, you could use it. So basically, it's got some weight, some girth to it, and you can you sink it in the bottom of a vase.
Okay.
And
you also have this one here. One I'm going to distinguish two. This one's pretty much all metal materials, and then you have the plastic here, which you can sink in. This one's going to have some weight, though.
Yeah, this one has a couple suction cups on the bottom that you can put down into a vase, which would stay. So if you like that Japanese flower arranging, ikebana is what it's called. So this frog, what you can do is you put this in the bottom of the vase, and what this frog does, I'm going to pull it out so we could just show it. You just put the flower onto it and squish it down, and you can get the arrangement to stay just by adding.
We all know about the flower droopage.
Yeah, minimal florals, minimal greens. You get a look that you like, and you can then just take this arrangement as is and put it into a shallow container with a little bit of water, or you could put it into a taller vase, and there it is. It just stays just like that.
It's gonna stay there.
It stays, and it's just a great way to use fewer stems and put it into an arrangement and make it stay.
I didn't see this the last time, or maybe we didn't mention it the last time I was here. Is it kind of coming back in?
It's coming back.
Okay.
It's coming back, and we sell quite a few of them now. So, I mean, you could come and just get a couple stems and just kind of play around with it. It's really great.
What's it called again? A frog? Flower frog?
A frog.
Okay.
A flower frog. Yeah. I mean, it's great. You could do very pretty arrangements very easily, and they just stay. You just stick it right on the prongs, and it just stays.
It's very
cool.
One thing I've had my eye on all morning are these. These are really cool. These are essentially growing kits that they sell here for specific things. One of them being something like a salsa, a pizza, or my favorite, cocktail garnish. So essentially, it's going to be an egg tray here.
An egg tray.
So something that doesn't take up a lot of space.
No, and you can put it on your windowsill and actually grow the seeds. It comes with some dirt, and this one has thyme and lavender and Thai basil, mint
as well. Yep.
Yeah, and then once they grow, then you just transplant it into a garden, and eventually you will have all the makings for a really cool cocktail.
Yep. Or pizza or salsa. I love the salsa here. You can grow Roma tomatoes, jalapenos, cilantro, scallions, beefsteak tomatoes, all to make a great salsa. And it doesn't, like I said, not a lot of counter space taken up, or if you have an outside garden that does not take a lot of space at all. If someone wants to come in here and they want a custom flower arrangement, what are the hours? Who do they need to contact?
They can walk right through our front doors. Okay. We're here from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 9 to 3 on Saturdays, and talk to any of our very talented designers, and any one of them can walk you straight through the whole process from start to finish of making arrangements or a beautiful wreath or whatever you want. We're here to help.
Thank you so much for being my tour guide, showing some gift ideas. Maybe Abby can complete a gift with the many ideas we went through.
Sure.
We got to pay some bills now. Dan and Abby got much more for you coming up on ARC Rochester.
The Main Street Players are getting ready to bring a timeless tale of identity, adventure, and hope to the stage in their upcoming production of Anastasia the Musical.
The show opens this weekend and is their final production before they enter into their jam-packed summer season.
Yes, for more on Anastasia and the upcoming summer lineup, we're joined now by founder and artistic director, that's Terry Fike, and administrative director, Kim Kleps. Good morning to you both. Thank you so much for waking up with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So let's dive. I want to know what we've got going on this summer, but let's start with Anastasia. For someone sitting at home who is unfamiliar with the musical, describe it for us.
It's almost indescribable, but it's a beautiful, beautiful story of hope. It travels through the Romanov family where they have been executed, and the hope that maybe there was one more left in the family, which is Anastasia, and just the relationships and the way that people grow, and the music is gorgeous. I don't know if there's more you want to add to that, but the story is just
it's pretty.
beautiful.
It's really engaging. It draws you in. You become part of the whole process and what all the different characters are feeling. A lot of conflict and just sort of what is sometimes even today what we're feeling. So it's really a great show.
And if you remember the movie, the little kids movie, it has that basic theme as well.
I was just going to ask, because it was a Disney movie, whether or not it would be appropriate for kids or folks of all ages, but it is?
It's definitely appropriate, and it's a beautiful story of relationships, and I really think, especially if you've seen the kids movie, you'll transition perfectly into this.
Okay, so then that being said, what is the lesson that kids and families will take away from this?
Deep.
Sorry.
So early.
The theme.
Hope.
Okay.
Hope. And I think, again, it's timely. There's hope when there's a lot of distress around you, and you hold on to that hope. There's always that opportunity for good to come again, to come out of something. So it's a beautiful story of hope and redemption. It's really beautiful.
Talk to us, if you will, about the casting process. These are characters that people know, and as you both mentioned, from a beloved Disney classic, they also know them. Some of people may have learned of them in school, too. So what was that process like, trying to put the reality of it there on stage, but kind of keep some of that magic?
We had a challenge because we have 40 people who came out. On Broadway, they did it
Wow.
with 15. And lots of talent with teachers, directors, musicians, adults that want to keep performing. We actually double casted our leads. There was so much talent because they were able to embody the deep relationships that the family might have had, the deep, intricate relationship that Anya and Dimitri have as they are first just partners in crime and become in love with each other, and the silly characters. And so it was really not so hard with this particular cast because our teachers and directors and actors came in knowing the story so well. And it hasn't been really done as community theater in this area. So it's been done as high school. So people were ready. They knew their story. I would actually say they almost knew it better than I did initially because they were coming in wanting a role, and they became, and it's been really a joyous process because it hasn't been what you would think it would be. They came ready, so.
Yeah, yeah, and I think as you kind of build around the cast with everything that happens in a production, with the sets, we've got really cool PowerPoints that really simulate being in the rooms, and the music. We have a live pit, so we have an orchestra there playing, and the characters. You know, when they come on stage, they really are. You're as I said before, you're drawn in. Each one of the main characters, and even some of the others, have about 5 costume changes. So
Wow.
they're really changing all the time. So you watch this beautiful Romanoff family, and as a child, and watch then Anya grow into this beautiful princess in the official red dress. You know, so that we've all seen in the cartoon. You know, so it's pretty amazing.
And a period costumer.
Yeah,
We have
a
been very
period
fortunate. Everything is period.
That's incredible.
Beautiful.
We're running low on time here, but I do want to talk about the summer and what you guys have lined up.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really great summer. Auditions are going to begin the beginning of June. We have 2 programs for our younger students. Disney's My Son Pinocchio, which is about the beloved classic, and also Jungle Book Kids. And then for our junior high schoolers and graduating seniors, Alice in Wonderland. And we do have a plan to do a little bit of a twist on that one and have some fun with that. And then for these same adults that are doing Anastasia, we're doing Shrek the musical. So
We'll all be back.
so that's
Yeah.
the adults, or the kids up to, or junior highs up to adults. So
Very nice. One more time for somebody sitting at home, ticketing information for Anastasia.
Yes, so you can go to our website, www.tfsdartsmsp.
Wow. What an acronym.
Yes.
A lot of names.
And go to the performances tab, and you'll see how to get tickets.
Or you can go to foxrochester.com and we'll post that link right there.
Yeah.
Do that, yeah.
You guys, thank you.
Thank
very
you
much.
both.
Time right now is 8:55. Much more to come on Arc Rochester.
Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
more to come on ARC Rochester this morning. As we continue into the 9 o'clock hour, we'll be joined by representatives from the Little to discuss the potential impact of the proposed Trump tariffs on foreign films.
And then later, today is the day the Real ID requirement now in effect for domestic air travel across the U.S. Christian Garzone will join us to break down the details if you don't have one yet.
We're back after this. Wednesday morning, May 7th. Thanks for sticking with us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. Meteorologist Mark McLean has joined us once again. We'll check in with him for the full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's turn to Christian Garzone with your ARC Rochester news break.
Good morning. Here are some of the top stories we're following this Wednesday. The 7 suspects charged in the death of Sam Nordquist are scheduled to return to court this morning. In March, the group pleaded not guilty to charges including first and second-degree murder, kidnapping, and more. Prosecutors say Nordquist, a transgender man from Minnesota, came to Hopewell after starting a relationship with one of the defendants, Precious Arzwaga. He was beaten over several weeks at Patty's Lodge in Hopewell, with his body found in a field in Yates County in February. A 37-year-old man is recovering after a shooting on the city's northwest side. Rochester police were called to RGH around 5:20 last evening after a man was dropped off with a gunshot wound. Investigators say the shooting happened near Palm Street and Dewey Avenue. There are no suspects in custody, and anyone with information is asked to call 911. Rochester police are also investigating a stabbing that happened just a few hours later in the same area. Officers say it happened just before 10:30 last night near Ridgeway Avenue in Dewey. A 35-year-old man was involved in a verbal gunfight when he was stabbed. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The investigation is ongoing, and there are no suspects in custody. A New York City man who admitted to kidnapping a 14-year-old girl from Brighton last year is due for sentencing this morning. 41-year-old Serdar Osman pleaded guilty in February to kidnapping as a sexually motivated felony and 2 counts of criminal sexual act. Investigators say he took the girl from her home last March, held her in his vehicle for over 12 hours, and brought her to the Bronx. She was found safe in an apartment less than 24 hours later. He is scheduled to be sentenced at 11 o'clock this morning. In just about an hour and a half, Cardinals will gather for the start of the conclave to elect a new pope. The day starts with a special mass where they pray for guidance in their choice. The first vote begins at 10:30 our time, where 133 electors will file into the Sistine Chapel and cast their vote. Those in the chapel have taken an oath of secrecy. The Cardinals can hold up to 4 rounds of voting each day, 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. After the second and fourth rounds, the ballots are burned. If a 2/3 majority has not been reached, watchers will see black smoke come from the chapel, while white smoke signals a new leader has been chosen. Many religious leaders at the Vatican do not expect this election to last more than a few days. For all these top stories and any new developments, be sure to visit our website, 13wham.com. Right back to you all.
All right, Christian, thank you. Let's turn now to Mark and his check of the forecast, as well as our answer to today's weather trivia.
Yeah, kind of an interesting one. This time of the year, everybody's just done with it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we're just done with it. It's the Lilac Festival. Let's get to that. Let's get rolling. So the weather trivia asked, on this date, May 7th, 1989, do you remember how much snow fell on that date? And we had a lot of responses to this.
Let's see them.
What was it, 5.4 inches? Was it 12 inches? Was it 8.5 inches or 10.7 inches? Alan said D.
Wow.
I know. Ralphine said B. Janet went with A. Cheryl and Barb both B. And Julie said A.
Oh
we got
my
some more.
gosh.
Yeah, it was a bunch.
Ray?
Bunch of likes.
Ray said lowercase a
Yeah,
because
does that make a difference?
Wasn't 100%
Yeah.
sure.
Dan is saying C question mark. I like the question mark. What do you say? How much
I gotta
snow
see.
could
I gotta
fall?
see the options one more
Okay.
time.
Yep.
We got to see the options.
I want to say some areas in the city it was 8.5 inches, and then like a foot for some other areas.
It was a lot of snow.
Yeah.
We have video we're going to show right after this, but what do you say? You got
We're saying
Yeah.
city though.
Yeah, which answer are you
City,
going?
I'm going with 8.5 inches.
Yep.
It was actually 10.7
Ah!
inches at the airport in Rochester. Look at this video. Look at the poor lilacs at the Lilac Festival. Look, and it was having trees. I mean, some trees were toppling. Some large branches on trees were coming down. There's a branch down. Look, this is the tent, right? Was that?
Yes.
That's at
Festival tent.
That is the festival tent.
Yep.
That came crashing down. Wow.
Doesn't that just say it all? That's how I feel usually in like end of February, beginning of March. Like that defeated
Like a
tent.
collapsing.
That's
tent.
normally how we
Yep.
feel by 9 a.m. Monday through Friday.
That slushy, disgusting snow. That's
Yeah.
like what my brain looks like. Yeah.
It's brutal. It's
Yeah.
brutal, right? So you may be wondering, how late it can actually snow.
Yeah.
May 29th. May 29th is the last day that Rochester actually had
I mean,
Well,
we're almost.
a trace of snow.
Almost.
We all know the song.
It's bad. It's really bad.
You know the song. I've sung it for you before.
April showers?
Sometimes the snow comes down
yeah,
in
yeah,
June.
Yeah. Okay.
You know
Muddy
the song.
Paws. Muddy Paws. Let's go to the Muddy Paws. We did not. Marie sent us a picture of her cute little doggie, but there's no name for the pup.
What should we name the pup?
Oh, sunshine.
Sunny.
Yep.
Sunny's
Yeah.
good. I like that.
I like that. Yep.
Look at that bacon out there.
Loving the sunshine, right? Wet paws today for sure. It looks like tomorrow is mainly dry for us. By Friday, especially if you're watching from east of Rochester, I think we're going to catch a few showers. And Saturday, Sunday, looking pretty good, again, for the start of the Lilac Festival. That's going to be a good thing. And speaking of lilacs, this is our purple lilac from the side yard. And
Is that from the McLean estate?
it is from...
From the gardens of the McLean.
Yes. Yes.
And they are not weed-free gardens, by the way. Okay, they need some serious
Au
weeding.
naturel.
Yes. We'd love to see your pictures of your pups or your lilacs. That QR code on the side of the screen right there. Just scan that, send it in, and we'll sort through some of these beautiful lilac pictures over the next week. We'll put those on. We'll put some pop pictures up. It'd
You
be
know what
great to
I'm
see.
thinking? Last week we were going to do a special one on Friday, a special Muddy Paws forecast with one of the random animals that we got, and we never did it.
Oh, we never did that. That's
No,
right. So
we
could have like a
better do
parrot,
it this week.
Or like there's an iguana picture, I think, in there.
Yeah, the muddy
Yeah.
claws.
Muddy claws.
Muddy claws, muddy talons.
What about the bird? Talons? Yeah.
Yeah, muddy feathers.
Okay.
Why
Try it.
not?
I'm all about it.
Why not?
I'm-
you know what? The show is what we want it to be.
Yeah,
It is.
Whatever
yeah,
we
it is what you make of it.
Throw some spaghetti against the wall. and
Yeah.
see what
Yep.
sticks, right? All right. Speaking of things sticking to the ground, the rain east of Rochester, there was a bunch of it. 3.3 inches on the estimate out in Wayne County. That's just to the north of Newark there. So, it was enough to cause a few flood warnings out there in central New York. Just one left at this point through this afternoon. So the Rochester area in pretty good shape. A lot of that stayed off to the east. But we did get actually 9 reports out towards Syracuse of some flash flooding out that direction. But again, when you have 2 to 3 inches of rain, you'd expect to see something like that. Ultimate Doppler back here closer to town still has a few showers coming in from the northwest, moving to the southeast. Nothing that's going to slow you down too much, but you're going to need the windshield wipers in the umbrella east of Rochester today. A lot of this will be moving off to the east as we head through time. Now, a cold front comes through tomorrow. That's going to give us a very small chance of a shower, especially tomorrow morning. And weekend forecast, we're going to have to watch for this system off to our east. It looks like it's going to be just close enough to give us a chance for a shower on Friday. We'll keep you posted on that. But temps in the mid-60s, kind of where we should be for this time of the year. Some spotty showers, and that 7-day forecast for Mom on Mother's Day really starts to clean up pretty nicely. We're back to near 70 and back to the shorts heading towards next week.
Yes.
Or jorts in Dan's case.
Jorts weather, yes.
Yeah.
I found that photo.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, that was amazing.
I did.
Share it with us.
Monday.
Wham.com
Save it for Monday.
chime in.
Save it for Monday.
Build the enthusiasm.
Oh, yes.
It's a must-see.
Yes, it's a skies out, thighs out kind of photo, if you know what I mean.
Look at Abby.
We don't want to.
I'm in jorts, people. Get your mind out of the gutter, Abigail.
Okay, all right, I'll do that.
I've seen these gorgeous white legs before.
No.
Excuse me? All right. When we come back, some tips on which snacks will fuel you as people get ready for the upcoming Finger Lakes Tour de
Did you
Jour.
just throw up in your mouth? Is that what happened?
No.
Don't forget, you can
Picturing
watch
the
us on the
thighs.
go wherever we are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. Stick around. Arc Rochester is back after this. 9:13 this morning, the Finger Lakes Tour de Cure is gearing up for its annual ride to support American Diabetes Association. It's all kicking off on June 7th at Stokey Farms in Scottsville.
Longtime partner Wegmans is once again helping power the event, from fueling riders to supporting those living with diabetes.
This morning, we're joined by registered dietitian and nutritionist Kirby Bransifort. I knew I was going to stumble on it, Kirby. I'm sorry. She's joining us from Wegmans with more on what we need to know and more about heart healthy diet.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for waking up with us. We appreciate it.
Me.
So first and foremost, I got to know, because you guys team up with the American Diabetes Association. Are you riding?
I am not riding. I will be a supporter, a spectator. I think the last time I was on my bike was quite some time ago, though my boys bike all the time, so we're there in spirit.
Okay, that we like. That we like.
Okay, so when it comes to getting ready for the Tour de Cure, gosh, I'm sure that there are a lot of steps that go into preparing for a ride like this. When it comes to eating healthy or eating right beforehand, what do people need to know?
That's a great question. And honestly, fueling your activity is highly individualized, as everything with nutrition tends to be. So we really encourage folks to do some trial and error, find their sweet spot. But we think about the basics. So basics being you want to have carbs. So that's going to come from your fruits, starchy veggies, grains, milk, yogurt. That's going to give you energy to fuel your activity and to replenish what you use. And then we think about protein. So that can come from your meat, seafood, and dairy. Or if you don't eat those foods, you can do it with beans, legumes, nuts and seeds, and whole grains. And that's going to help repair and grow your muscles. And then lastly, an often forgotten piece of it might be some antioxidants. So those come mainly from our fruits and veggies, which most of us don't get enough of anyway. So we like to make sure folks are getting those. They help to repair cell damage that can happen during activity. And you'll see a lot of these foods right at Tour de Cure, kind of in full force.
Kirby, you said trial and error. Do you explain that further? Do we mean let's go for some longer rides after we've eaten different foods to make sure they sit well with us?
That's a great way to put it. So a lot of folks find that they kind of start with this framework, and then as they do their activities, they find what feels right for them. So asking yourself questions like, did I have enough energy through the activity? How did I feel after the activity? And now if you are an individual living with diabetes, another thing you might do, and that you really should do, is be monitoring your blood sugar during your activity and well after as well, because we all have different responses to different foods, different glycemic responses to different foods, and that's certainly true for diabetes, but we also have different responses to physical activity. So it's really just paying attention to your own body and see which foods really work well for you and help you to feel nourished.
I'm sure that getting kids to eat fruits and vegetables can be a little tricky. What would be your advice to parents for convincing them that, this is actually good? You're fueling your body. If you're going to go out, you're going to do the long bike ride or whatever,
Yes, I would say try not to do so much convincing. So learning to love fruits and veggies takes time, just like learning to do anything takes time. So we talk about kind of getting a lot of exposure to different fruits and veggies, take the pressure off and let them know to kind of eat the ones that they enjoy. So if all they love right this week is apples, like my kids are obsessed with the applesauce pouches, so we just do some applesauce pouches until those tastes and kind of ability to try different foods evolve. And those applesauce pouches, by the way, will be available on the route at Tour de Cure to help fuel our riders along the way.
Terrific. And exposing them to more of the fruits and vegetables over time. I imagine working in the kitchen, bringing them in, helping out with cooking a healthy dinner or packing lunches can do wonders, because they're going to see, all of the hard work in action.
Absolutely. So we like to say get them involved as early as you can, early and often. So the more that they have invested, the more they get excited about those foods. So having them do kid-friendly tasks in the kitchen, having them help make your shopping list, and helping to pick the foods that they're going to try each week. They still might not, because let's be honest, kids will be kids, and what they liked last week, they will not like this week. I can almost promise you. So
we all like pizza, though.
Yeah, oh, who doesn't, right? Yeah, my kids love pizza today. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very good. Hey, thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it. For somebody who's interested in going to the Tour de Cure, what do they need to know?
So they can visit diabetes.org/FLX region, and that will give you your options for registering for the cure, for donating, for volunteering. And they can also, if they want more support on diabetes, wegmans.com/feelyourbest, they can find a nice section there on living with diabetes to get them started, and they'll see a lot of this information supported with some great product solutions.
Kirby Bransford, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Time right now is 9:18. When we come back, we're taking a closer look at a new tool being used by the Monroe County Board of Elections.
Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
Welcome back. The June 24th primary is quickly approaching. So we're going to introduce this very cool new piece of technology today that the Monroe County Board of Elections is rolling out. We want to make sure voters know exactly what to expect before heading to the polls.
Yeah, this morning we're joined by Monroe County Board of Elections Commissioners Jackie Ortiz and Peter Elder. They're here to walk us through the changes so you're in the know on primary day. Thank you both so much for coming in and for bringing the new voting machine.
Yes. Good morning. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Yeah. So walk us through this. This is not what we typically see when we walk in to cast our ballots.
Yes.
No, it's totally new.
Yes, absolutely. So over the last several years, we have been reviewing new options. The fleet that we had was well over a decade old. We have been looking at new technologies, new certified machines, and we have landed on the Express XL voting machine, which is, again, new touchscreen technology with paper verifiable ballots. So today we'd love to be able to discuss the what happens from when you walk into the poll site and when you cast your ballots. Again, to make sure that everybody knows what to expect.
Yeah, by all means.
Okay, so the first thing you'll notice here, there's a curtain, which is now your privacy area. So this is, for those of you like me who've been around a long time, this brings back memories of those old lever machines.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels kind of like that when you get in there. So we're just gonna flip these back so that you can see what happens when you actually get into the voting machine.
One piece of paper?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
You wanna talk about that?
Yep. So you are going to come into the poll site and you are going to check in as you normally do. So if you remember, there is a poll pad where you're going to be asked for your information to identify yourself. You are going to sign as you normally do. The comparison will happen. You will now be given this is your ballot. And so we call these our summary ballots. It will have a pre-printed jurisdiction when they give it to you so that it knows which ballot to bring up in terms of where you live. You will then take this and you will head into the voting machine area.
Terrific.
And the rest of it's actually fairly simple. So you make sure the notch on the ballot is lined up with the notch on the intake here. And you place it right in there. It goes right in. Now this becomes the paper verifiable ballot. So then the machine asks you for what language you want. It's defaulted to English, but you can choose Spanish. You hit start voting in the bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, I like this board that we've got here, the options today. This is good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you at home can see with the glare.
You want to just turn the light up?
Oh.
There we go. Up. There you go. So it's not on the screen.
Yeah.
We've got Strong Museum of Play up against the Lilac Festival, up against the Cornhill Arts, meat sauce, buffalo wings, mustard. Great options on the board here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really, really cool. And big enough, everybody will be able to see it. It's not like you have to squint at the piece of paper,
Yes.
fill in the bubble.
Which was another big attraction here because all of the font sizes are larger, and you can even make them larger with some handicapped accessibility features on here. It is a machine that's a ballot marking device. All of them are now, so they're all accessible for voters with disabilities.
Nice.
So
Okay.
every single one of them, whereas only certain ones were before. Now everyone is. So the ballot, though, is a very similar layout as you've always seen. So you're just going to make your selections. But this time you're just going
choices, my friend.
Yeah. And then the other thing about this one is, remember how you went in sometimes and they said there's a second side to the ballot to turn it over because there was a proposition, but you don't have to turn it over anymore. The propositions are right on.
Right on the bottom of the screen.
Right. So no more turning over.
Right.
Terrific.
Wow.
Forgetting.
Yes, no more forgetting. So once you have once you've done all of your selections.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Before you do I imagine print and review is next.
Yes.
If I accidentally meant to hit barbecue, can I change that
You can.
now?
In fact, go ahead.
Okay,
Hit
I can
barbecue.
change it to barbecue.
There you go.
And if I fail to fill out my favorite Monroe County attraction, is it going to alert me and say, hey, you missed this part of the ballot?
It will. We call those undervotes, and it will let you know that you did not vote for possible races you could have.
Got it.
It'll also make sure what you just did is very important too. It'll make sure that that you actually, it tells you if you've done too many sometimes, if there's more of a vote for, or if in one of these columns there's a vote for one, it'll let you just move along. And this is called an overvote, when you can do two in the same column. Unfortunately, on the machines we had just now, which you could not do on a lever machine. Lever machines in this machine are the same. It doesn't allow you to do overvotes.
Got it.
And it's very secure in that way too. So vote, because if you do an overvote, it doesn't count in that contest. Never have that problem here. So
terrific.
That is really, really neat. Okay, so these are rolling out just in time for the June primaries.
Yes.
You know that people are going to be a little uneasy at first, right? Change is uncomfortable. And so when people are watching this, or they're going to walk into their polling place and they're going to see these, what's your message to them?
Well, so I would say, first of all, we have been doing our very best to get out. We have done well over 60 different events out in the community. I mean, we did a large and small Rochester Home and Garden Show. We were there for the entire weekend. We were doing our best to get around to all of the media outlets. Check our website. We have a video on the website that you can easily click on, and it'll do exactly what we're doing here with you today. And we are in process where in the mailbox in the next week or two, everyone will be receiving their annual letter with their polling site information, and it specifically has information about the new voting machines and the link to the website to take a look at what you're to expect when you walk into that polling site. So that's going to go to 500,000 people.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So people will be in the know by the time they go to cast the ballot.
Certainly trying to make sure that
should
happens.
be, yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Why don't you finish it up for us
so
here?
we're going to do a print and review. Now, what this is going to do is print the voters' selections on the paper verifiable ballot. The machine, you really want to check them now and make sure they're the same. So you're going to make sure that if I voted for George Eastman Museum for the favorite Monroe attraction, it comes over here as well. It does. You can see it right there. So once you're satisfied that all of the selections here are actually on the ballot, and they should be, then you're just going to hit where this blinking that says cast your ballot. It's going to ask you one more time, do you really want to do that? You hit cast, and then you're done. That's how simple it is. It's about 90 seconds for most voters. And I know we've talked about voters getting used to it, but we actually test drove these in the village elections and had a very good reaction from voters of all different ages, all different backgrounds. They seem to get it very quickly, most of them. It's just a familiar kind of interface. And these ballots, when they're cast, they go back in a secure ballot bin, and that's what we use to do audits or recounts.
I love it. If only it dispensed a lollipop at the end. I mean, then it would be perfect, right?
Yes.
Thank you both
All right, thank you so much.
Jackie, one more time for somebody sitting at home, they want to watch that video before they head to the polls. Where do they go?
We're going to go directly to our website, which is monroecounty.gov/elections.
Perfect.
Thank you both. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Time right now is 9:28. Much more to come on ARC Rochester.
We're back right after this. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We're going to switch gears now and go in depth on a story that we've been following for quite some time now. And today is the day to get real for the Real ID.
Yeah, new ID card requirements in effect for domestic air travel across the U.S. For more on the Real ID and what it means going forward, Christian Garzone is joining us now. Christian, you have been like the Real ID expert.
No, I wouldn't say they're a Real ID expert, but I'm laughing at the whole let's get real on the Real ID thing.
Yeah, well.
Clever writers here. Very good stuff. Well, this goes back roughly 20 years when this was passed by Congress, but it goes back even further to the terror attacks of September 11th, 2001. Basically establishing security parameters for getting a license is all it really is. So it's been kind of in limbo in certain states and places. Now here we are in New York and the deadline is hit and now you have to have one of these to fly domestically. But let's break down what these are. Hopefully we have some images we can show on the screen here. But your standard driver's license is of course fine for driving. It'll have in the corner not for federal purposes on there. That's what my license looks like. Now, a Real ID sort of adds a bonus to this, to your license. It'll have a star, kind of like a Captain America shield on the license. That allows you to board domestic flights and enter federal buildings or military bases. Now there's also an enhanced ID. Sometimes I don't like adding this to the mix because it adds a little confusion, but an enhanced ID has like a U.S. flag in the corner. That's like a Real ID Plus, and you can drive internationally into Canada or Mexico with it. Yeah, there they are right there. But the Real ID really is what we're focused on right now. That is needed to board domestic flights right now as you leave Rochester Airport. Now, what trumps all of this, though, guess what I did?
I'm going to guess passport.
I did. I got my old passport renewed because a passport, that's all you need. If you have a passport, you're good. I did that online, quick and easy. And I have to share this story. I was at the county building a couple weeks ago, and I ran into County Clerk Jamie Romeo in the hallway. And I had my news gear on. I was there for another story, but she's kind of like, oh, God, is he here for a real ID story again? So she was so relieved when I just started having, she's like, oh, thank God, and we started talking about other stuff. But, you know, she's been hit by the news media quite a bit for, like, can you do a story on this?
Yeah.
Can you get word out? Because for a lot of people, I still talk to folks who are like, wait, what's going on again with real IDs? Do I have to have this? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
You
or a
do have
passport.
to, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's important to point out, though, that just because today is the deadline doesn't mean you have to have it today. You have to have it the next time you fly.
Right,
but
that's a good point. They're not going to come to your house. Where's your real ID?
They're not coming to your house. But it's a good reminder to make an appointment. If you got a flight booked next month, you want to go online and make that appointment now because it's taking, what, like 2 weeks for that ID?
It can take a while. I mean, those lines ebb and flow. They come and go. And you have to bring things along like your birth certificate, social security number. I forget what they'll tell you what you need to bring, but just basically proving who you are, and then you get this ID. And yeah, of course, again, for flying domestically, you definitely need that. Very important to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, passport trumps it all, though. Got that. I'm #winning. It was so easy to do online, by the way. It was so quick and easy to renew it online. I had no idea about the passport.
For a long time, you couldn't renew them online.
Yeah.
That's a fairly recent development, which I think a lot of people are finding beneficial.
And just to be clear, you cannot get the enhanced license or the real ID online. That's something you have to go in person.
Oh, yeah.
Correct?
Exactly. I'm talking about my passport here.
Yeah.
I got a little thrilled with that, although the picture they used was terrible. But yeah, you have to go in person to the DMV, county clerk's office, things like that to break out those documents and get that enhanced ID, real ID. And I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but when you go to renew it, since you've already been through the process of bringing your birth certificate in, when you renew it, it'll probably be akin to when you renew your driver's license, probably a speedier process. I got to renew my driver's license.
Yeah.
Mine's coming up too.
I have hair on
coming up.
I have hair on my old one.
Oh, wow.
No one will believe it.
Definitely old. We did have Jamie Romeo in studio a few times to talk about this with us. And I'm glad we're talking about driver's license renewals because she said if you have that coming up soon and that's before your next domestic flight anywhere, then you can take care of it all at once. You can get the upgrade to Real ID or Real ID Plus with the flag rather than the star.
The enhanced.
The enhanced, exactly. When you go to renew your driver's license.
Yeah, they're really helping people out to try to facilitate people to get sort of cheeks and seats there to get this taken care of. Because I would imagine at the airport, I talked to Andy Moore about this, they're going to find people who are going to show up in line and say, I have to have what now?
Yeah.
And, you know, we're doing our part. Everyone's trying to do their part because I'm sure it'll take some people by surprise, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Right now, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Right now, the TSA is saying that if you show up to the airport without that Real ID, they might still be able to get you through security right now. Not sure how long that will last, but they are saying extra security screening, extra wait times could face delays too. So there's no guaranteed chance that you're going to make your flight on time if you show up without one.
Yeah, a whole new world after 9/11. I mean, I remember flying pre-9/11 and was just, okay, hey, how you doing? Come on through.
Yeah.
Now it's...
Do you have anything in your backpack? Okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
Now it's a whole new world, but, you know, I'm glad this level of security exists, and I'm happy to have it. I know that might sound odd, but I really am.
No, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Christian, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Time right now, 9:36. Much more to come on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we're taking you behind the story.
And don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you're headed. Arc Rochester is streaming right now on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel. Hey, we're back after this.
Welcome back. We're going behind the story now, as a proposed tariff from President Trump could have a major effect on what you see at the movies.
Yeah, over the weekend, Trump announced a 100% tariff on movies produced outside of the U.S., claiming the American movie industry was dying.
This morning, we're joined by Scott Pukas and Adam Lubito from the Little Theater to discuss what could potentially happen for cinemas, film lovers, and the movie industry entirely. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Let's get right into it. I want to address first that statement that the American movie industry is dying. Thoughts on that?
We definitely don't agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, certainly there's struggles for the movie industry, and it's still trying to get back to a point where we want people to come to the movies, see films in theaters. But in terms of dying, I don't agree with that.
Yeah. And if I'm being generous, yeah, you could say that less movies are being shot in America, and a lot of that has to do with kind of subsidies that other countries offer that make it more affordable for studios to shoot their films there. So I could see a positive where if there are that kind of thing offered by the federal government, that they could bring more films being shot in America. But in practice, I don't know if that's actually what's going to happen.
Yeah, over the course of the last decade or so, we have seen streaming services really start to be a leading force in the film industry. And then we had the COVID pandemic, which definitely put a damper on movie theaters. But theaters across the country, mom and pop theaters across the country, big chains, your Regal cinemas, they have been doing their darndest to bring audiences back. And you've got studios that are once again producing these blockbuster films to get butts in those seats at the cinema. And by all accounts, it does appear to be working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we always try to offer like something more than just the film, a different experience. We call it the little experience. So whether that is a filmmaker that will come in and speak after the movie, a panel discussion, a pop-up with a local business. It's just something to add another element to it. And I think just when you're watching a movie in the theater, it's that communal experience. Like, so at the Little, we show American independent, we show international films, and we show classic films too that a lot of people may have seen. But watching it in a movie theater with a crowd is an experience you can't really duplicate. That communal experience when you're laughing at the same part, you're all crying. That's just something that you can't get from a streaming service or from anywhere else.
Right, yeah. And so when it comes to The Little, what are you anticipating will happen? I know that there's still a lot up in the air right now, but, what are we thinking here?
Yeah, at this point, there's not a lot of specifics, sort of like a lot of policy that comes out of the Truth Social when those posts happen. Nobody's really sure in practice how that's going to work. And the way the modern film industry functions, it's already so international, and different portions of a film's production can happen all over the world. So trying to determine a country's ownership of a film is already kind of a tricky process. And then if you add on top of that who would be paying those tariffs, it's almost impossible to know at this point, is that happening at the development stage, where a film is shot, post-production? There are so many things like who is receiving those tariffs.
Yeah, and is it a 100% tariff because 2 scenes were shot in Rome for the next Marvel movie? Is it a 100% tariff on the whole movie? And to your point, is it the municipality that's paying the tariffs, the production company? There's still a lot of questions around that, right?
Absolutely.
But overall, storytelling is a universal thing. We at the Little show movies from all over the world, and we'd like to keep doing it. Something like this, if it has a negative impact on the movie industry, I don't think that is something that's helpful. And Adam had spoke about there are ways that if you want more movies to be filmed in the U.S., there are ways to do that. Again, we don't know a ton of details on what this entails, what these 100% tariffs are, but it seems like it's not something that would be helpful for the movie industry.
What would be those ways? What would you do to attract more production companies to keep it local?
I think a lot of that has to do with the subsidies I mentioned earlier, that a lot of international countries offer sort of tax breaks or subsidies to make shooting in their country more enticing and to, you know, very basically make it cheaper for a studio to afford that. That's why, you know, things that take place in America, you look at the credits at the end and it's actually shot in Canada or wherever. It's because of kind of those tax breaks.
Gotcha. Okay. You guys, thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it and appreciate the insight as well. Still a lot unfolding and still a lot of questions up in the air. We'll see if this comes to fruition and excuse me, losing my voice here, and what the effects of it might actually be. So thank you. We appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. For somebody sitting at home, quickly take camera 3 or 2 so we can figure out if somebody wants to learn more about the Little, see what you guys have going on, because you guys do great events and things of that nature. Where do they go?
So they can go to thelittle.org. Our whole film lineup is on there. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that fun stuff.
Perfect. Thank you both again. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Time right now, 9:45. When we come back, look at what's trending this week.
Absolutely. We're back after the break. .47, it's time to take a look at what is trending now, and we're going to start things out with Ohio police making a surprising discovery during a traffic stop. Did you see the video yet?
I don't think.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so according to police in Akron, officers conducted a traffic stop on Monday after identifying a vehicle whose owner had both an active warrant and a suspended license.
The woman, who was 55, was detained. However, the story doesn't just stop there. Police then discovered a raccoon named Chewy sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah, now upon inspection, police say the animal you see there was holding a meth pipe in his mouth. In the body-worn camera footage, you can see the officer take the pipe away from him, but don't worry, the animal just reached down and grabbed another meth pipe and put that one up to his little rodent lips.
All right, so obviously prompted a...
You see him there. He just needs a lighter.
Oh, it's not funny.
I
okay,
know,
so
but it is.
Police searched the vehicle. A bulk amount of methamphetamine, crack cocaine, and 3 used glass meth pipes were discovered. The woman was arrested and charged for several crimes. As for Chewy, thankfully he was unharmed and was legally owned by the woman.
That's why he's got a name. He wasn't named by the police officers?
Correct.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's animal abuse. I'm wondering if there's a charge there.
I
I don't
wonder.
know. Authorities have not confirmed whether Chewy will be returned to the owner or not. I would imagine not. But my question here is, Chewy knew what the pipe was for.
You think?
He's using it minus the lighter.
Well, yeah. Maybe he just learned by watching. You know.
I learned it by watching you, Dad. Yeah, Chewy, though, listen, I know some raccoons are mean, but a little Chewy.
With his little name.
Kind of
And his little
cute,
pipe.
right? Those little eyes. He's
Look,
like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Let me off this time, please. I promise it won't happen again.
It won't happen again.
It won't happen again.
It just fell into my hands. I don't know how it got
Yeah,
here.
it's not mine, I swear.
Poor
Oh,
guy.
boy.
What else is in the car? A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
All right.
Well, really incredible video, though.
Either way, I think Chewy, if I was making the call here, I would send Chewy to a place like Wildlife Rockstars.
Yeah, like an animal sanctuary of
Yeah.
some sort.
Mhm.
He can live out his days there, have a blast.
Yeah, and they're creative. They could probably make him like something that looked similar,
Yes.
but not harmful.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. A smoking cessation device of some sort. All right, let's move along. A new social media trend is gaining viral popularity, and both dermatologists and doctors are telling people, don't try this.
Of course, this is TikTok beauty influencers, and they've branded a new skincare hack. They are dabbing hemorrhoid cream on their under eye bags. This is something that I have known about, I think, my whole life. This
Yeah.
is a thing from like the 80s.
Yeah, users are saying it is soothing and depuffing to a problematic area.
Many are claiming that Preparation H is a quote-unquote dupe for under eye filler and Botox. Dermatologists, though, are saying no, it is not.
No. Many have commented on these posts saying it can increase the risk of glaucoma. It'll also cause wrinkles, acne, and rashes. That's not good.
No. Some social media users are smart enough to know that this is a hack, that is dumb. Others have been willing to try it to see if it works.
Doctors have weighed in, saying all medicine should be used as intended and as detailed on the packaging. I have long said we need to try, what's that other under eye cream that we see the ad for every morning?
Wrinkles schminkles.
No, that's something that's on Steals and Deals.
I don't know. But the bags
Ashley?
under your eyes, that one.
Yeah, that one. That's the one I want to try. It's $19.99 for the trial thing. I can't bring myself to do it. Maybe one of these days I will.
I'm not buying it that any of it's going to work.
We'll demo
I
it
will
live
be
on air.
tired, and I will look tired for the rest of my life.
I know, working
that's
these hours,
just
it
one of those
doesn't go away. Doesn't go away. Hey, stick around. When we come back this morning, it is our final thought.
We're back after this.
Yeah, save it. Don't talk about it now. We don't want to get caught in a mortgage moment on live television.
Oh boy. Yep.
9:55. Time for our final thoughts.
Yeah, that rent check's
Who's
coming.
got
It is.
what?
What do we
What
have?
was our favorite part of the day? Okay, so final thoughts. We talk about our favorite. What was our favorite moment of the morning?
The last thing on my mind is the real IDs, because that's the last thing I did. Everything else is a blur.
That's fair.
You could have said just spending time with us.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say. But just spending time with you guys. And with my bald brother here, Mark.
Boom.
Bald for life.
That's it.
There we go.
I got a little extra shine today.
There we go.
You shiny nerds.
You should see us in the dressing room together. We rub a...
Powdering each other's heads.
Yeah. Putting that shine on.
At least he still has it, though. At least he
little
chooses
bit.
to be like
I
this.
use that hemorrhoid cream like you were talking about. I'm on the top, though. It's great for hair growth. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
TBD.
What was your favorite part?
I don't know. All of it. It's all good. I thought the new voting machines were really interesting.
That was really
That
cool.
was
Yeah,
really
it was cool.
cool.
And impressive that they got that thing in and out so quick, too.
So quickly. What I also liked, though, was what they had people voting on or using for the demonstration. They did like the best events in Monroe County, best foods, best red hot garbage plate, best toppings.
We need a screen like that in our kitchen so the kids can vote for what they want for dinner.
Listen, I told Jackie on our way out, I want one of those things in my house.
Yeah. For what? What would you do with
You
it?
can just vote on everything?
Yes, I would vote on everything
Today? No. Yeah.
But I mean, when it's me up against myself, that's where I really struggle.
Well, there are two people in there.
I thought it was
minimum.
more than two.
Minimum. That's on a good day. There are two people in there. Absolutely. What was your favorite part?
I did like the voting machine and the look back to the crippling May snowfall of 1989 was interesting. We found that video.
89.
Yeah,
really?
it was, what was it 10.7 inches of snow on this date in 1989.
Wow.
Crazy.
And who could forget Chewy?
Oh, the raccoon.
Chewy, the little raccoon.
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Boy, oh boy.
Little guy. Listen, we got Ashley.
Clean
we have to reach out to Akron PD after the show and just. I want an update on Chewy. I'd like to know how he's doing. I want a photo. I want to see if he had a mugshot. I want to know more.
God.
Asking the tough questions.
I want to see if we can get. I want to see if we can get Chewy on Zoom at some point before the week is out. Remember that angry cat they Zoomed with? Hey, much more on tomorrow morning at 4:57. Where is that?
13
Web.
Right.
ABC. Join. Are you doing the noon?
I'll be here. Yeah,
Mark.
12 noon.
Christian and Mark, the Balls
Midday.
brothers.
The Ball
The cue
Bros.
balls.
See ya.